like to welcome everybody to Fairview, Tennessee, homecoming night in Fairview. Tonight, the Jackets are at home hosting the Greenbrier team, the Bobcats. Bobcats 4A, Fairview 3A. Fairview comes into the game on a 4-game winning streak. Only loss of the year is the opening night against Page. And Greenbrier comes in 2-3 on the year, Tim. And, frankly, the only common opponent that we've seen is the folks out of White House. And pretty common score, too. We win 49-22, and they win, 42-21? Correct. Something along that line. So very, very common score. I guess I could look at my sheet. 42-21 is their score. So very common. We had a little bit higher percentage there. But the Jackets tonight playing out of region have a little bit of less pressure tonight than they did last week against Camden. That game last week, though, holy smokes, it was the barn burner. It had a lot of tension in the air. Game before that, a lot of tension in the air. This one tonight, hopefully they can play up and play well.
Well, last 2 weeks, Waverly and Camden, you weren't sure who was going to win.
Right.
You wanted Fairview to win, and both of those games, Fairview came through with their big line and their outstanding skill players.
Yep.
What tonight, in watching Greenbrier and doing a little reading on them, they like to throw the ball, not necessarily downfield, but they like to run some nice little seam routes and up and out routes. I think we need to watch number 33 for them tonight. He lists him as a fullback, but they seem to run him out more as a tight end.
Yeah, Jackets tonight definitely playing up. You don't see a team playing up a lot during the year. The Jackets will be playing up 2 or 3 times this year. Yeah. And actually it's three times total, really, out of region. Yes, indeed.
Homecoming playing up, that's, and I believe, as we were told earlier, Greenbrier was undefeated when we went in there last year and put an L on them, excuse me.
Yeah.
We picked up the W.
Brought back a couple little curves that were in the favor of a W.
Yes.
So tonight, looking at some of the stats before the game, we know that we've had some explosive offensive stats this year. I thought it'd be interesting to go back and compare what we're doing against the state. Everyone in the state that's 3A, not the region, not against our own local teams, mid-state or anything. We're talking the state of Tennessee, looking from the passing stat perspective. Our own Brock Harris is number 2 behind Wallace and sits there with a 109.7 rating as a quarterback. Anything in triple digits is pretty dead blame good. And so Brock Harris sitting at number 2 there. Also found interesting, his total yards were also number 2 behind Wallace at 915 yards on the season, his running and passing. Another couple stats I found interesting to run across as well was Logan Nardozzi, another Fairview Yellow Jacket offensive player that's number 2. We have several number 2s, and we do have some number 1s as well. We'll get into all of the stats and all of these later, so we'll go over just the rushing at this point. So Logan, number 2, at 130 yards a game, 651 yards total. The 651 is what puts him number 2. And he also is number 8 in points scored. Also, defensively, on the sack side, we have a tie for 10 with Logan. Logan Parsons is at number 10 with his 2 sacks on the year.
Logan Parsons comes off that edge. He is just frightening when he comes around that corner.
And from also what I could see from a point-after perspective, there weren't a lot of kicking stats out in the 3A stat world under Max Preps where I pulled the information from. But Skylar Wilson is the only point-after kicker that's perfect on the year. Don't want to jinx that for the night by no means, but 18 of 18 after 5 games in point-after. And you and I have talked about this over the years. We remember times where Fairview would be lucky if they were like 2 of 15 on the year, much less 18 of 18 on point-after kicks. You remember those days?
I do. The first 2 you were talking about, Nardozzi and Brock Harris, couple points to make. Brock Harris, I think the biggest thing you can look at him this year is decision-making. He's pulled the ball down and run it at critical times, and he goes down, gets the first down, just enough without taking the hits. And when he's in rhythm,
yes,
he gets the ball out faster than most high school quarterbacks I've seen.
Yep.
And then it also helps when you have one Cam Harris-Lusk to throw to, along with his other skilled wide receivers.
Yeah, Cam and Blake and a few of the other guys. You've also got Tyler Overton that's out there at the wide receiver spot from time to time as well. And well, they're all out there in most places. They're all setting up, taking their spots and picking their spots, and each of them have been successful in their own rights, and no doubt about it. Well, tonight, though, we want to make sure that we –
Did you note that Nardozzi is just a sophomore?
Oh, I did not note that.
Yeah.
Definitely need to be noted on that part. So tonight, our media crew – joining us, my name Kevin Anderson, Tim French, beside me here with producer extraordinaire Bob King. We've got Nayland Yeager tonight, that's our director of our student media crew. Stephen Rocco, Kaya Bailey, Sean Grayson, and Marshall Smith. They're the crew that's running things for you tonight from the student perspective, and no doubt about it, we'll see great things from this staff. Already enjoyable to deal with. We also have a special guest in the booth tonight, Miss Sharon King, that's hanging out with us and taking care of us from time to time, throwing a little water our way. We really appreciate that.
She's doing a little evaluation.
Oh, yeah.
Making sure that we know that, we've been apart for a few years, making sure we still got it.
Yes, indeed.
Kevin, I've got Greenbrier starting lineups on offense and defense.
Fire away. Let's hear them.
There you go.
You got it, brother.
Offense for Greenbrier Bobcats. Wide receiver number 20, Travis Arms. Right tackle, Timmy Stewart. Right guard, Andy Lee. Center, Wesley Burns. Left guard, Ben Seymour. Left tackle, Noah Beatty. Tight end, Nolan Duke. Wide receiver, Nathan Ford. Fullback, Peyton Manis. Tailback, Micah Eskew. Quarterback, Tristan Leopold. Punter, Nathan Ford. Kicker, Dalton Kerr. On defense for the Bobcats, defensive end, Nolan Duke. Nose guard, Noah Beatty. Defensive tackle, Timmy Stewart. Defensive end, Ben Seymour. Linebacker, Peyton Manis. Linebacker, Brandon Chambers. Defensive back, Travis Arms. Defensive back, Micah Eskew. Defensive back, Reagan Conquest. Defensive back, Ryan Lanius. Defensive back, Nathan Ford. One of the things that's interesting about those lineups, they've got a lot of people going both ways for a 4A team. That's kind of surprising.
Very interesting on that. Yes. So a couple of things to make note of tonight that we haven't had a lot of sheets to work off of at this point in the year based on how somebody in the crew printed them off. I'm not going to mention my name, but anyway, the coaching staff this year, we haven't mentioned them as of yet. We've mentioned Coach Hughes and Coach King on a couple of occasions, but the coaches, Coach Hughes, head coach, his assistant coaches, Michael Jackson, Ron King, Gary Harris, E.J. Gunner, James Long, Tommy Derrick, Joe Brown, Joey Jackson, and Brian Myatt. Those guys, most of them have been together a long time and have really put together a lot of great continuity out here, and these kids are flourishing under their tutelage and their coaching, no doubt. Of course, tonight we had Dr. Kurt Jones singing our national anthem. If that was recorded, did a fabulous job. Athletic Director Ricky Jones and trainer Amanda Drury. We're about ready to kick this off. The Jackets, again, will be kicking off to start the game. It's going to be at least 3 weeks in a row, getting the ball to start the second half. So we'll see tonight if Skylar kicks it all the way through or we pooch it or what we do. It's a high, short kick. It's going to come down out of bounds. It's going to be providing the Bobcats with great field position to start the game. I don't think that's exactly what he had planned, but defense going to have to come out there and step up at this point.
I think he missed it just a little bit.
Yep, I think so. Ball will be spotted down at the 35-yard line, and again, we've talked about it each week that we've seen this happen. You take 25 yards from the spot of the kick, ball kicked out of bounds, that's where the possession starts. First down for the Bobcats to start this ball game. At quarterback is Tristan Leopold. Leopold gets it, hands off up the center of the field. The Jackets are right there to make the stop. Whew. Gain of a few on the play. Looks like a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7.
Those biggins up 3 led by number 7, Anakin King. They're just not budging. I should say 2 biggins and a little guy. Coach Hughes always seems to have that one little squirrely guy on that line that drives the big tackles crazy.
Well, King had a great week last week. Was all over the field. Up under center this time. Leopold gets the snap, tossed back, almost hit in the backfield for a loss. Gets through the line of scrimmage, ball's on the ground. If Jackets can get on it, but it looks like it's going to be picked right back up. It's going to be a fight for the ball, and Greenbrier gets on top of their own fumble.
That was just a pitch to the tailback with zone blocking. He cut it back up the middle, found the seam against that overly aggressive Fairview defense, and made some good yardage, but he almost paid the price by coughing up the pigskin.
Yeah, SQ that time he was able to get away from the arms of the Jackets to get back on that ball. For a second, it looked like it was 1 against 4. Well, not a second. It was 1 against 4, and he was able to get there and haul it back in after a first down run that saw the Jackets not able to bring him down with opportunity. Up the middle of the field again for a gain of about 1. They're going to give him 2 yards with the spot of the ball. 2nd down and 8. Again, King on the ground.
Greenbrier got a little push on that play, Kevin. They came off the line first, got a little 1.5 push, which is what helped the runner to get 2 yards.
Anakin King was the first and the last on that hit too, Tim. Great night here in Fairview. Homecoming night. We're hoping that the rain stays away to not put any damper at all on the homecoming festivities. Across the center of the field again, number 12.
Number 12 is making hay.
Micah Eskew, another first down. Jackets have had some opportunities to bring him down.
Well, Fairview's running that 3-3-5, and Greenbrier's running 2 splits. That's pulling those cornerbacks off a little bit, and they're basically saying we think our front 5 can make enough gaps and get to the second level and let our running back get some room.
Nolan Duke in for Eskew this time. In the backfield, handoff number 30, another broken tackle. Spins and turns and gets inside the 35-yard line down to the 32, where it's going to bring up another gain of about 5 yards.
Number 12 on the tackle, young Mr. Flake. We've said his name a lot this year.
Actually, they're going to bring him down short of the 30-yard line at the 32. Only a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 that time. Didn't see who made the tackle, but that's Brandon Chambers.
Number 12, Mr. Flake. Spencer Flake.
Back in the shotgun formation, another handoff.
Oh,
going to
good
the left
push.
side, and they are going to have another first down, it appears, and they do at the 25-yard line. Seems like the same song, same story that we've seen over the last couple of weeks.
Well, they're running 3 offensive linemen to the left of the center, and they're just going down zone blocking, pushing in, and they've got the numbers. They've got 3 on 2, and they're getting to that second level and getting a piece of the inside linebacker for Fairview. So we'll have to see how Fairview adjusts to that, because right now they're getting numbers and they're getting to the second level.
To the right side they go this time instead of the left.
Not
it's going to be a
happening.
gain of about 3, 2nd down and 7. Seems like a consistent thing. A short gain on first down, big gain on second down. We haven't seen a 3rd down play yet.
Right. Anakin King chased that one down again, Kevin. And looks like we've got young Jacob Clevenger out there, who I think so far has been the outstanding offensive lineman for the Jackets this year. And right now he's playing defense.
Second down and 8. They only gave him a gain of 2. This time going back to the right side. The Jackets into the backfield. It is a loss of about 5 on the play. Back there immediately is number 5'1", Connor Parsons. It's 3rd down, first one we've seen tonight. 3rd down, 13 after the loss of 5. Ball spotted back outside
play
the 25.
by the Jackets. They're bringing the house.
Flags down.
Woo!
Let's hope that's against the offense.
Fairview is bringing the house.
And so the
Illegal.
offensive line saw that they were bringing the house too, and they're afraid that some doors were going to be open, so they actually said, let's put some screens up.
Yeah, Fairview showed that standard 3, but then they moved those linebackers up into the gaps. They were coming. They were guessing. Good call by the DC for Fairview. They were thinking pass all the way.
3rd down and 13 turns into 18. Now a long, long way to go for a 1st down. They may be thinking, let's get enough that we can go for it on 4th down, or I don't know what kind of a kicking game they've had from a success standpoint this year, but we'll see. The Jackets go back again. Almost with the interception that time. King almost had it. If he'd have been able to hold on and keep his feet, nobody between him and the goal line except some white stripes.
That's interesting. They moved him back to that linebacker position. He dropped to a deep zone. He had that guy coming across the middle, stepped up. Right in time for the collision. Didn't need to it. I think the pass was so good to him, he wasn't expecting that.
Where the ball is spotted at the 33-yard line, it looks like they may be able to, or they might be wanting to take the delay of game to move it back a little bit to have more room to punt the ball. As slow as they're coming off the line of scrimmage, I'm not sure.
Unless they think they can pin him back deep with this punter. Difference between the 20 and the 33 is not a whole lot.
No, it's a kick out to the right side. Nobody there. Hits down, goes out of bounds.
Well, it worked out for him.
Ball spotted at around, what is it, the 12-yard? Or is that all the way into the 15?
It looked like it was closer to the 15. I'm not sure.
Ball hits at the 14, takes a backspin to the 15.
He'll be on the 14 probably.
But, you know, when you look at that play where the ball's at the 33-yard line, I just am not a huge fan of punting that away at all.
If you don't have the kicking game, take a shot.
Anything inside the 35-yard line, I'm not sure even if it was, you know, 1st and goal from the 33-yard line that I'm punting that ball away. First time Jackets have the ball up under center, hand off to the left side of the line. Across the center of the line is going to be a gain of, looks like about 2.5, 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Jackets. Nardozzi
that
with
was
the
a
first
short
handoff.
gain, Kevin, but it was one step away, one step quicker on his cutback, and that hole would have opened up. He'd have had another one of those long ones.
2nd down, 7, staying up under center. Tight formation, one receiver to the right side, thrown to that receiver on the right side. Russell with a catch, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackle, loses the football. It's a fight for it. It looks like Greenbrier has stripped away the ball and got it on the turnover inside the 30-yard line, inside the 20-yard line. It's going to be 1st down.
Oh, my, forgot the lunchbox. He was taking off with the mayo, and he forgot his lunchbox.
Yeah, that's, you know, whatever level ball you're playing, you just got to keep it tight to your body.
Yeah, high and tight. That's what they teach you.
Flake rushes into the field on the turnover for the Jackets. Jackets 4-1 on the season. Greenbrier 2-3. 3A versus 4A here in Fairview tonight on homecoming. Back handoff going to the left side.
Oh, yeah.
Not going anywhere. It's going to go for a 2-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 12.
Clevenger just clogged up the entire defensive right side. Gave the rest of that Fairview time defense time to come over.
Logan Parsons back there getting the initial hit.
Yes.
On that play too, stymieing it. Good play defense. Defense is going to have to step up again and see if they're willing to punt the ball from the 29. Facetiously, that is. Snap back. Shotgun formation. Big open spot. Nobody to touch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, SQ.
Two gap blocks at the point of attack. Touchdown. I think Fairview thought they were going right. They had Clevenger on the strong side of the field. They ran a little cutback play to the weak side. 2 great gap blocks. Not enough players at the point of attack. Touchdown.
Turnovers to touchdowns, as we've talked about many years.
Wrong way.
Wrong way. Snap back, put on the tee, up and through. It looks good, and it is good. 7-0. The Jackets trail with 5:26 left here in the first quarter. Jackets get 2 offensive plays, turn it over. 2 plays later, it's into the end zone for Greenbrier and the score. So now, Tim, it's at least 3 weeks in a row here at home. The Jackets give up the first score. They go down 6-0. Last week they go down 14-0. Tonight they're down 7-0.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be another come from behind out of the gate.
I think when they see the something-0, it's the wake-up call.
Yes. Well, you just can't, against a team that's coming from a higher classification, you can't give them the opportunities. You've got to take opportunities instead of give them away. So we'll see if Cam Harris and Nardozzi get a chance to return it. The kick through had some leg on it. We'll see if they are kicking away and giving our guys a chance. Cam and Logan are back trying to play a little mix-up on who's going where. Kickoff away. It's high and short. Nardozzi picks it up at the 19-yard line, tries to get outside. He does. He breaks a tackle, breaks 2 tackles, gets it out to the 46, 47-yard line. First down, Jackets. Great start on the field position.
They had him pinned in, and he's just slippery. They got hands on him, and great straight arm. I guess I should call it a straight arm to the chest, and they just couldn't bring him down.
Picked up at the 18-yard line out to the 50. A 32-yard kickoff return. Jackets' second opportunity on offense. Back in shotgun formation this time. In motion. Lusk gets it going to the left side. Tackled after a gain of 5 yards. Second down and 5. Good gain on first down.
Typical Fairview jet sweep. Great blocking on the edge. Clevenger coming down, making a great block. And big DeAndre Moore, I think that's his name. Where is he at? DeCarlos Miller Moore, excuse me. He made a great block.
Second down 5. Jackets stay in formation. This time come across this way. Nardozzi gets it going to the right side. Cuts outside. He had a first down if he stays north and south. He tries to get a little bit of extra out of it and gets only 4.
He saw that cutback against the grain. You love to see that in running backs. But you're right, he'd had the first down with the north and south.
So he sees he's going to go down. He dives forward, picks up that extra yard to bring up 3rd down and 1. Jackets go back up under center. 1 back in the set behind them. Hard count to try to draw them off. Looks like Cox behind him. Nardozzi in motion, taps, handoff. Cox up the middle of the field. First down, breaks out to the left side, dives down close to the 30-yard line, close to the 31 actually, for a first down, Yellow Jackets.
I'm telling you, Kevin, he's 5'7", 155, and he's got those big linemen in front of him. The defense can't find him. And he is so quick out of that stance.
Jackets first down, ball at the 31-yard line, on the move, first down of the night for the Jackets. On the right side, I thought we might see a flag that time, Tim.
Yeah.
I saw a little bit of a potential grab at the top.
I saw a little bit of that shirt being pulled where it doesn't belong. But what's interesting about Greenbrier is they run I know they run the shotgun, but everything else is kind of an old school offense, and they're doing a great job on that zone blocking, and they're running a good old standard 4-4 on defense. They think they've got the athletes.
3 backs in the set, 1 off. This time handoff in a cutback. Oh, what a spin, what a turn, back to the right side. If he gets a block, he's going to have room. Oh, back to the left side. And a jab, a left, and a right. And an into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Harris looked like it was at the local gym. He was on one treadmill, on another treadmill. Back to the left side, touchdown.
I don't know. How do you describe that?
Oh,
a
man.
Spin, a left, a spin, a right, a spin, a juke, a jive, a back to the left, and there's nobody there.
You describe it as a touchdown. 2:55 left. The Jackets go right down and score on a 50-yard drive after a big kickoff return. Snap back, kick up and away. The referees look, they reach for the sky, and it's good. The Jackets don't take long. Less than 3 minutes to come back and tie the ball game at 7-all.
How many plays was that? Maybe 6? I was counting there for a minute. Wasn't many. 5. We got this crack staff. We got a statistician group down there, Kevin, that is helping us all night long.
Yep, we pick up the first down on third down, so that's the third one. 2 plays after the first down on a second down and 4.
You love it when a team
gets
answers
it into the end
bell.
zone.
You got to respond, and they did.
Yeah, that is one of those plays that in college that makes one of those TV shows that they talk about, a top 10 list.
Right.
That's one of those, you think about it, you're on the defense there. I've got him. No, you've got him. No, I've got him again. No, you don't got him. He gone.
The Swami would have had a great time with that play on ESPN.
Yes. You watch, if you ever seen the show Duck Dynasty, they used to have a saying, he gone. Yeah. Well, after he went back to the left side for the third time, they looked and said, he gone.
I know it. He did 2 360 spins, 1 dip and juke, and then a final cut to the left. And that does not do that play justice at all.
Nope, not at all. We'll see if the Jackets kick away this time after the last pooch kick goes out of bounds. They do kick more straight away this time. Ball's going to come down at the 4-yard line. Almost knee on the ground. They pick up, get a good block in the backfield. Not good enough on the second time, though. That kickoff and that coverage, my friends, that was to perfection.
The thing I've noticed about Fairview on the kickoff team, if you try to run north and south, they're gonna pin you deep. The teams that have had success have been the teams that go right at them between the hash marks, which might be why the kicker is kicking it pooch style to the left and right.
Yep. So first down 10, ball inside the 15-yard line after the kickoff.
Be nice if Fairview's defense gets a nice 3 and out here.
Snap back, handoff straight up the middle of the field. Huge, huge room. First down, out to the 27-yard line. A quick hit, 13-yard gain.
Great offensive call. Fairview was thinking pass. We had people shooting the gaps. Our linebacker shot the gaps and ran right by the runner. It was just a good offensive call for them, Kevin.
First down 10. Ball now out of the shadows of their own end zone here. 27-yard line, first down. Jackets look like they're bringing pressure up the center. They pick it up initially, but the Jackets fall back. After a gain of 3, they get him on the ground. This time with a carry. Looked like was it Chambers with a carry that time?
I thought it was.
Chambers with a carry, gain of 3, second down 7.
I thought we'd see more from number 33, no, Mr. Duke.
Back in shotgun formation. The Jackets come tight. Again, looking for the run up the center of the field. Ball hit. Looked like a bad exchange that time. Goes down on the ground.
We ran a couple linebackers right into the gaps again, and that time we guessed right. Shut that play down in a heartbeat.
They recovered the ball at the 29-yard line. Inside the 29-yard line. Ball spotted at the 30. After a loss of 1, third down and a short 8.
Love to see a 3 and out here, Kevin. Fairview's already adjusting. They're bringing those linebackers up tighter so those linemen can't get a shot at him 2 yards off the ball, which gives that runner a 2-yard leeway.
We haven't really seen a passing attack at all by Greenbrier. This time they're going back to throw the ball down the field. Receiver covered and intercepted. Back to the right side, to the left side, cuts across, cuts back to the right side again. Cam takes it inside the 20 after another INT.
I thought I saw a flag at the 35, but I was incorrect. Great play by the Fairview defensive team. They did better than the 3 and out, Kevin.
Threw into double coverage, threw it short.
Yeah, we had him over the top and underneath. Cam Harris underneath. picks the ball off at its highest point and then takes off. Now, if there was most exciting play stats in the state, I am sure Cam Harris would be way out in front.
Cam Harris Lusk.
Thank you.
Handoff this time up the center of the field is faked down into the end zone throw. A little bit of a push off to get to the ball, almost being able to bring it in for a touchdown. Goes incomplete. Almost.
That's something you don't see often. Cam Harris Lusk on one side and the ball on the other on the ground.
Tried to get that 1 foot in and concentrating on that, wasn't able to hold on to the ball. It was right at the very back of the end zone. Hey, actually, the perfect spot to throw a football into the end zone into coverage.
You know what? That shows you the trust that those two have in each other and the skills that they have.
You know, the handoff fake was phenomenal. This time, there is no fake. It's right up the gut. At the 10-yard line, it's going to be real close to a first down. Third down signal we see is going to be a yard shy.
Great blocking up front. Center left guard. Clevenger getting into the second level. Right guard gets into the second level, pins a player.
Connor Lindsay that time, they went right over his back, and he pinned the defensive player to give the room. This time, fake going to the left side.
Uh-oh, that's a broken play.
Lusk tries to get a block to give room for Harris. That play.
That's broken.
Yeah, it was broken. Should have went ahead and handed that off. But again,
I think Brock was expecting Cam Harris Lusk to take it, and Cam Harris Lusk was like, I'm not getting the ball this time.
Lusk tried to block his way into the first down. Didn't happen. A loss of 1 on the play brings up a big 4th down to play for the Jackets. Ball game tied.
There you go.
And they hard count. No. I guess, actually,
yes.
It was a hard count flag. The
Fairview makes you be on your P's and Q's every single down. As soon as Coach Hughes has got a well-coached team out there, as soon as they know that defense is going to be geared to make a tough stop, what does he do? The hard count.
Well, I hear the siren for the end of the quarter right after that, so I'm thinking at one point, was it actually a penalty? But yes, it was. The flag was out. Penalty called, so they may be coming right back out instead of switching sides of the field.
At first I thought it was the whistle until I saw the flag.
They are bringing them back with the penalty. It's going to be a first down goal.
Yes.
After the penalty, clock stopped.
Can't end a quarter on a defensive penalty. A quarter, half, or game.
Well, the penalty came right
down
before
here.
the end of the first quarter.
Defensive penalty, it stays.
There's about 3 seconds left on the clock in the first quarter. Last play of the first quarter, Jackets have a chance to score with the clock stopped. Snap back, rolling to the right side, looking into the end zone, nothing there. He's going to pull it down, dive in, and it's going to be over the goal line. Touchdown for the Jackets. Number 10, Brock Harris, looks to the right side, has nothing there, takes it, dives into the end zone right across the G for the touchdown.
That's what we talked about in the beginning of the game with his stats. His decision-making is right up there with the best in the state. He's looking, he sees the hole, he knows he can get there.
Yeah, one other stat I was going to mention earlier, we talked about the 18 for 18, now 19 for 19 on the year with Skylar Wilson on point after attempts. Blake Russell with a catch and the hold down, and the kick up is good. 20 for 20 on the year, 100%. One thing, though, that I was looking at as well that we didn't get a chance to mention and talk about, Nardozzi, number 2 in 3A in rushing with 651 yards coming into this game. He also is number 8, I'd mentioned, in points. Cam Harris Lusk coming into tonight's action after this number of weeks into the season, 5 ball games, he was number 2 in total touchdowns in 3A with 11. One more tonight gives him 12. He was also number 2 in yards receiving with 414 yards coming into tonight.
I was wondering where he would be.
Total receptions, though, he wasn't number 2 there. He was numero uno, which is number 1.
There you go.
And also number 1 in total points scored in 3A in the state.
On an unlisted stat, he is number 1 on the most creative runner after he gets the ball in the state.
Yeah, he gained 122 yards on his first touchdown run from 30 yards out.
Yep. KHL.
Skylar Wilson.
I might have to refer to him that because I have with Brock Harris, I keep wanting to say Cam Harris instead of Cam Harris Lusk. And I think I'll just say KHL. Does that sound all right?
If you can do it, go for it. I just had to kind of break it down to Lusk.
Yeah.
Tongue Tie City. Ball spotted down. Kick away. Kick's going to be
looks like
deep.
That's going to be in the end zone.
It's going to be into the checkerboards without a doubt. With the wind at his back, kicks the ball away into the end zone. Touchback, ball coming out to the 20-yard line. So we've now, in this ball game, we've had 2 turnovers, and they've led to 2 touchdowns, 1 each. So the Jackets, if they can get a couple of more turnovers, we'd love to see the turnover to touchdown ratio go up for the Jackets.
I thought that quarterback, that was the pattern I saw them running in warm-ups. That little out routes, but we just had them covered so well.
Again tonight, media crew strong for the Fairview Yellow Jacket media department. Ball on the ground again. Can the Jackets pick it up? And instead of trying to pick it up and run, they fall on it. It's going to be first down Jackets after the turnover.
That was, Kevin, that was a good play. We ran into the line and it created a hole. We just put a hit on it, made him cough up the football. Fairview first down.
Was that Blake Russell on the coverage, the recovery?
I believe it was.
So Blake picks it up. 2 turnovers on the night. 1 a pick off by number 1, and number 2 was a pick off, or was a fumble recovery by number 2. Looks like we're going to have clock stopped with a illegal procedure against the Jackets. First down 15, 5 seconds in to the second quarter. Russell coming off the field after the recovery made. So Russell earlier had the lone turnover for the Jackets, gets his back. Under center, I formation, in motion, Lusk. Hard count, no movement, looking down the field.
Going for it all, Kevin.
Going to the right side, receiver open into the end zone, just a little bit out of the reach, incomplete. First down 15 goes to second down 15 with a pass just a little long.
It looked like the receiver lost the ball a little bit. That pass was where he should have been. He lost the ball and he was kind of running in and he didn't adjust to the ball.
Good call. You had two receivers in the pattern, one going post left, one going post right.
How often have we seen Coach Hughes make you pay when you make a mistake in your own territory?
A little bit of an offset I formation, Nardozzi deep. Pass out to the left side, a little bit of a backwards pass. Broke the first tackle again. Lusk dives forward this time. He could not break away from the ankle grab by number 4-3. It's going to be a quick toss out to the left side, a gain on the play. Looks like of 7 yards. Third down 8.
Harris Lusk, man. There were 3 people out there. And at the 3-yard mark, and he gained 7 yards.
I don't know. Was that a backwards pass, or was that? Yeah, we're going to call that a running play then. The good thing is, a catch was made on that. Sometimes you see that go a little awry and lose yardage or something, but not that time. You pick up a gain of 7 after that play. Looking down the field, receiver goes into the pattern, got a first down, catches the ball, first down, Yellow Jackets on a 10-yard, let's call 11-yard pass pattern.
Was that Russell? Or is that Blake Russell out there?
Russell with the catch. First down Jackets.
Brock Harris threw that ball on the break.
They
He
ran.
threw that before he turned.
I like the fact that they needed 8, and he run a 10-yard pattern.
If only NFL receivers would do that.
High step up, handoff going to the right side. Nardozzi cuts in, tries to find some room. He does. He hits low, gets hit hard, but after he picks up a gain of 11 yards on the play, first down, Yellow Jackets.
Great hustle by the offensive lineman of Fairview. He had that hole over there, and he went to turn up, and Fairview lineman came across, got a piece of the Greenbrier Bobcat player, and allowed Nardozzi to turn that ball upfield.
Greenbrier, hard hit, defensive player, a little slow coming off the field, a little slow getting up. As you said, Nardozzi, you said each week, Nardozzi, even though not as big as some, very quick. When he hits you, though, it's as though you're tackling a 300-yard lineman.
Well, he gets his pads low, and with his speed, he generates a lot of energy. And you're going to take that when you come over and hit him.
Two backs split to the right and left side of Harris. One back in the set. Jet sweep formation, back to block. Pass out to the left side.
Looks
pass
like he's
into the
open.
End zone, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Number 13 on the year is Cam Harris Lusk, KHL.
That's right.
Touchdown Jackets, another pass
Great
for a
pattern.
touchdown.
Great pattern. Ran down, got the receiver backpedaling, then made his break, got the spacing.
Jackets gave up that first score after the turnover. They've reeled off 20 straight points with a point after upcoming, with still right at 10 minutes left here in the first half.
Yep.
Homecoming night.
Brock the Cam.
Homecoming night.
Harris
Jackets
to Harris Lusk.
are hot. Good night for football, too. We got a good breeze out there. It's not hot. It's not humid. Just really, really good, comfortable game to play.
I know. I'm not feeling the sweat on my forehead this week.
A little earlier when we got here. A little hot in here.
Yeah.
Then a few people started bringing a little food in here, bring a little smell.
Yeah.
I didn't have anybody offering me anything that they brought the food. Did you?
No.
They had plates sitting over there?
They had plates sitting over there and everything.
Jackets take the lead 21-7, 21 straight points, 9:56 left here in the first half. Homecoming night, Fairview, Tennessee. Bobcats coming from Greenbrier, about an hour and a half drive on a Friday night, maybe even 2 hours on a Friday night to play the homecoming Jackets. Jackets looking for 5 in a row. Jackets have put together a great program under Coach Hughes. Kick down and away into the end zone, touchback, ball come out to the 20-yard line again. When he's got the wind at his back, you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
He's got that leg that generates, the ball gets so high.
Yes.
And when he got the wind at his back, as you said, it just goes.
You know, they got these kickers, they all seem to be good golfers as far as hitting the ball for distance.
Yeah.
Because they've got that great energy they're producing through the football. They do the same thing through the golf ball.
Well, that golf ball, it's a lot of hips and thighs and
hand
to
off
generate that energy. So
to the left side of the line again, Jackets waiting for it. They were caught a little off guard the first couple of possessions that Greenbrier had, but not being caught off guard the last many plays by Greenbrier. Gain of a couple only, 2nd down and 8.
They're moving Anakin closer to the line, and they're trying to pick a side where they think the ball's going, and he's shooting the gap. And this seems to be working.
Kevin Anderson, Tim French calling the action tonight. Homecoming night. A lot of folks out tonight to catch up with old classmates. Class of 82, myself, was able to walk in with Bobby and Robin Harrison and Ike from the parking lot. Good to see them.
Played volleyball with those two for years.
3rd down 3 for the Bobcats. The Jackets come up tight on the line, move around right at the line. Didn't jump, though. Try to get ready for that run that typically goes to the left side. They do.
Ooh.
But it's going to be a first down. Bobcats this time. They get a little extra push. First down, ball out to the 32-yard line.
Fairview brought 5 men up on the line. They were stacked on the wide side, strong side. Bobcats ran back to the weak side and had numbers on the Jackets.
Yeah.
That's why they got the first down.
Yeah, and as you know, sometimes when you get up on the line and then you sit, step back, you lose a little bit of that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Bobcats took advantage of that time.
They sure did.
This time they get that momentum. They go forward. They outrun the initial hit. Gets right past King, but they still bring them down. Short gain, 2 yards.
He's shooting that gap, but he's this close to getting the tackle for loss.
Eskew that time picks up only, again, a couple of yards.
I know, and those plays look like they got a chance to be big, and that Jacket defense is collapsing down, shutting them down before they get any decent yardage.
Again, shooting the gap.
Oh,
they
boy.
hit it this time, breaks the tackle, gets out to the left side. The initial contact, not able to bring them down, but again, slowed them down enough to bring a swarm of others for no gain on the play. Third down
Was
and 8.
that Will Heitch, 82, that hit him in the backfield? I thought it was. I almost knocked him down for a 3 or 4 yard loss. I thought it was 82. I can't quite make out the number.
Mentioned earlier in many occasions, Clevenger on that D line and even the O line, holding his own and more. Jackets being aggressive, shooting the gap. Greenbrier is going to try to take advantage of that. Not this time, though, boys. Fourth down.
Again, Fairview loads the strong side of the field, wide side of the field. They bring numbers. Bobcats looking to go back to the weak side. Fairview has too much speed over there in the defensive backfield and those linebackers. Nothing doing.
Fourth down and 7. Jackets defense has come up huge. I mean, we're talking huge the last several possessions that Greenbrier's had the ball. You know, keeping in mind that Greenbrier had the ball on their very first possession where they drove down the field, had to turn it over with a punt from the 37-yard line. They were able to get it back and score after a turnover, but they haven't moved the ball at all since that first possession. Kick away, picked up. Cam gets it, almost taken down. He keeps his feet, dives forward. I don't know how he does that. I don't know how his knee didn't touch.
I know. Forearm and elbow did, but that was almost like what they call those plank move.
Yeah, 7-yard return.
Watching it here, I think he might have touched the old knee there, Kevin.
Very well may have.
Yeah. Thanks to the Fairview replay, that's awesome.
Good return there.
We get a chance to go back and look again. You know, Kevin, so many players going both ways for the Bobcats, and those Fairview linemen on both sides of the ball, they're just big. They wear on you. It's still the first half, but you know they start to bang on you, and you just get a little bit about a half step slower, and that's when we get those big plays.
Yep. Pass out to the left side.
Oh, boy.
Get a good block out there by Nardozzi. Springs his buddy. Cam can't break free from the tackle.
Number 20.
Number 20 brings him down. But
Travis Arms, he comes from behind.
Not until a big pickup. Ball over across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Fairview's run that play ever since Coach Hughes took over, going back to DeAndre Moore days. They've always run that play very, very well.
Cox back there, setting up, looking down the field, pumps to the left side, goes down the field. Blake Russell with the catch. Touchdown Jackets, 47-yard toss. Faked out to the left side. They bite. Russell cuts to the center of the field.
Just enough, and you can't coach speed.
That's right. What a great grab by Russell into the end zone for the touchdown.
What do you think about that play sequence? You run that little, I don't know what it's called, that little screen, inside screen or wheel route or whatever it's called these days, and then you come back. Yeah, and then you come back and you fake it to them. 3 people were here and you go deep.
Jackets have absolutely taken over this game as number 22 in a row goes through the uprights by Skylar Wilson with a point after. Jackets 28-7 against the traveling Greenbrier Bobcats. Whew. 5:34. I'm going to tell you, in a matter of 12 scoreboard minutes, the Jackets have made those 28 points look relatively easy.
Well, it's kind of like you said earlier. It takes the score to get Fairview to hit the on switch.
Yeah.
You know, the other team scores, we hit the on switch. Only the one game, they scored twice before we hit the on switch.
You know, maybe the operator of the scoreboard down below us might just put 6 or 7 points on the board as they're coming out of the tunnel. And they look up like, holy smokes, we got to go.
Yep.
Again, good, beautiful night here, good breeze. Rain's heading our way. Hopefully it'll hold off until about 10 o'clock tonight. I know the next several days are going to be a little wet in the Middle Tennessee area. Going up to do a little birthday celebration with my 3-year-old grandson this weekend. Going to be fun.
You know, my favorite days are going up north to Kentucky, same place you're going, and hanging out with my grandkids.
Kicking away, and they kick it away into the end zone again. Ball's going to come out to the 20-yard line. At some point, you've got to be over there on the Greenbrier side thinking, what did we drive into? They've already driven into a storm. It's called the swarm of the Jackets. Dylan Jewell back out on the field. King out there, Flake out there on the line. And as you said earlier, looks like Luke Pepe. Handoff again, trying to go to the left side, and they are telegraphing it. That's seemingly the only play that they have run this game. Handoff, center left, handoff, center left, handoff, center.
Well, it was working till Fairview adjusted. Then it's like playing, you know, you got every game plan's good for a series, right? That's what they tell you.
Yes.
And then you have to adjust.
Loss of 3 on the play, second down 13. Clock about to hit 5 minutes. We haven't seen any passing attack at all. Big push this time by the offensive line and some help from the friends of the backfield to push it out to the 20, looks like they're going to set it out at the 26-yard line. Gain on the play is pretty good. Had 3 yards shy, now you're 13 yards shy, now you're 4 yards shy. So that'd be like a mathematical problem equating to 9 on the pickup.
You know, the Bobcats at Greenbrier, they seem to have better luck when they're going straight ahead.
3rd down 4. Snap going to the right side this time, nothing there. Tries to squeeze through the line of scrimmage, dives for the first down marker. He's going to come up about 2 yards shy.
Stephen Jewell shutting down that defensive left side out there, Kevin. Watch him. Bam. Bam.
Sure enough.
No, that's not. He just kind of said, I'm owning this one.
Sure did. Absolutely. Brought it down, stopped the play, made them go low for the dive, and they gained 1 yard after the initial hit. 4th down 2. They're letting the clock go as deep as they can before they bring out their punting unit. It looks like they may.
Those linemen of
be calling
Greenbrier
or waiting
dealing with Jackson Clevenger at 285 and Stephen Jewell at 270.
They call
and they're
out.
both athletic.
Oh, absolutely. They call timeout with 1 second on the play clock, down to 3:31. Watching the back judge's arm as he gets close to his hip, they call the timeout. Jackets tonight doing a relatively good job, I would say, of controlling this ball game after the opening series of 7 minutes that brought it down, and looking at the scoreboard, as you said, and like, we better get on the ball here.
You know, in many years past, we've had to learn. You know, Fairview would get down and they would look like the team just wasn't fired up. And what have we learned over all those years? Be patient.
Yes,
Be
indeed.
patient. And you see it in the players. They're like, yeah, they scored. We're all right. We're good. Even last week against Camden, you never saw panic on the sidelines by the coaches or the players. It's just amazing to watch.
So the Jackets ahead 28-7. Punting formation, ball snap back, kick away. Good kick.
Woo.
It's going to be hitting down at the 40, taking
Knows
a
what to
Jacket
run.
bounce at the 40-yard line. A good solid wedge right there. Hits and spins back. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. First down Jackets, 60 yards to pay dirt.
We'll call that one a jacket wedge.
A jacket wedge.
Because it went in their favor.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. This could be a fast-moving clock tonight, Tim, after the halftime festivities. If we keep moving with the points in this manner, we're going to have that continuous clock as we've seen in the past.
You know, I was wondering, you know, when I saw Greenbrier out on the field, I thought, wow, this might be another tougher game than I was anticipating.
Handoff this time to the right side. Cox with the ball.
Boom.
Puts his head down. He's going to have a flag on the play. Looks like they may be looking at bringing this back.
Yeah. I think I saw the hold there.
They were kind of hanging out together for sure.
But I'm not sure. Let's see.
Holding Jackets. It's going to bring back.
I saw the hold, but I never, ever call out holds because those linemen work too hard and do too much well to highlight one negative play.
Totally agree with you there. Hold occurred at the 40-yard line. It's going to take it back 10 yards to the 30. It's going to bring up now a first down and 20 yards for the Jackets. 60 yards to pay dirt, turn to 70 pretty quick. Back in formation for the snap. Looks to the left side.
Oh, boy.
Cox has it wide open field. Runs right over the defender. So Brody takes it. Head down, shoulder down, smack.
Travis Arms comes up to make the tackle. Brody got the battle of being lower.
Gain of 13 yards on the play. Second down and 7 after the punishment given to the defense.
Woo. That's what Walter Payton would say.
And the crowd, you could hear them below us. They absolutely loved it. A good, clean, hard collision. Both players doing their job. I formation, back up under center of the Jackets. Hard count, trying to draw them off. Lusk out to the left side. Jackets calling timeout.
You heard Coach Hughes. He was watching. He wanted to see what that defense was going to do, and he called timeout. I think he didn't want to call a play. I think he saw that defense, and this is going to be one of those. He wanted to talk about it.
2:19 left here in the first half. Jackets in control. Jackets also get the ball to start the second half, as has been customary the last over the last 3 weeks. So again, you know, talking about the offensive stats of the year, the Jackets have played solid when they needed to on defense. They've come up big on the defensive side. The stats there, unfortunately, don't show out on the max prep side other than for the sacks. And we know for certain from the number of tackles perspective, several of these Jackets have been able to bust through the line on defense and create havoc against their opponent. Offense back on the field after the timeout. Jackets, second down and 7. Back into an I formation. Handoff, first man through. Cox gets the ball, drives past the first down marker, and it's going to be a first down, Yellow Jackets. So Brody gets the ball on a pass for 13 yards, takes the next handoff for 7 yards, 20 yards worth of deliveries by Brody Cox. Back up over the ball. 2-minute type offense, 2 minutes, handoff going to the right side. Good blocking, out blocking for number 1 is big number 7, Number 70, here he had a good pull right there. And as earlier, they went right behind him. And this time they were behind him, but he was way down the field. Connor did a great job pulling and getting down there to make a block to spring a few extra yards. A gain of
You always like to see that kind of football.
11 on the play. Handoff this time. Nardozzi going up to the center of the field. Cut back to the right, back to the left. A gain of, looks like 5 yards quickly. 2nd down 5. Clock running with the ball on the ground. Keeping it on the ground. 1:21 and counting down.
He's not only quick, he's so fast. You thought that was like a 3-yard gain.
Jackets back. Snap back formation. Fake handoff. Rolling to the left side. He's hitting the backfield. It's going to be a loss on a quarterback sack that time by number 40 for Greenbrier.
Cam was open, but Brock couldn't set his feet enough to throw. Wisely good decision-making. He pulls the ball down rather than risk getting hit as he's throwing or fumbling.
Silas Page that time with the quarterback sack. Loss of a couple on the play. So, Tim, let's think about the future of this drive. 3rd down and a 7 yards to gain for the first down. You've got the clock at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Do the Jackets, if they don't get the first down, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half, do they go for it? Or do they put it on the foot of Skyler, knowing that he has about a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind at his back to give him a chance for that long field goal? What do? He's over 3 on the year on the field goals.
Conventional football says you put it on the foot. You don't turn it over and give them a chance to get something cheap before half.
Harris back waiting for the snap. Down the field running quickly. Has to roll to his left side. He's going to have some room. Gets out there. He's going to have the first down and then some.
Uh-oh.
Got a first down. The Jackets with blocks all over the place. The white jerseys, they're flying around like it's the Jetsons.
Coach Hughes was getting on to a Fairview player, Kevin, and it's because the Fairview player came over and took a shot at a Greenbrier player that very easily could have been called a block in the back.
It was a really close hit at the end there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be called, and Coach Hughes was letting him know of his displeasure.
And last week, at the end of the game, we talked about having a block in the back away from the play that cost your team. You and I went back and shared some images of the block in the back last week. That is a perfect example of what you don't do. This pass out to the right side. Coming back to the left side into the end zone. The Jackets have scored again. This time a flag into the end zone after the touchdown. It's going to probably be unsportsmanlike conduct for
did he spike the ball?
Reason.
I didn't. He went into the corner.
Gets into the end zone. No spike. He looks at Lusk. So I'm not real sure what the flag is for. We'll probably know later. But the touchdown should stand. The flag will be after the play.
What? I'm not sure I get that one.
I don't know. It looks like he was pointing at the homecoming floats after he crossed the goal line. I don't know.
But those are our floats.
Yeah, I don't know what the flag is going to be for.
Wonder if it could have been verbal. I don't know.
Maybe so. It looks like with the flag, they may be moving him back on the kickoff. I don't know. I really am not sure here.
Well,
they didn't assess it here for the point after.
I guess our theorizing was moot.
Kick down, kick up, kick away, and the kick now has moved the consecutive streak for Skyler out to 23. 18 coming into the night, 5 touchdowns, 5 point after conversions, 35-7, Tim. This has turned into a ball game quickly getting away from Greenbrier.
In that first quarter, I thought this was going to be I was like, Coach Hughes, he scheduled a 4A team.
For homecoming, yeah.
And if you remember, as the stats guys over there were telling us, Billy, they were undefeated when we went over there last year. They're not a bad football team.
No, I mean, you look at the size and you look at who they've played, and it's not like they've been absolutely annihilated by any of their opponents this year. coming into the game, I mean, let's just look at their scores while we have a few moments. They played Kenwood. They lose 27-7 at Kenwood to start the year. They play West Creek out of Clarksville, and they win 49-33. They lose in overtime to Creekwood 36-35. So a 2-point conversion versus a point after in that game. Looks like maybe a risk reward by Creekwood to win that ball game. And then they do go to Portland, and they lose 28-0 at Portland. But they then bounce back and go to White House, who we mentioned earlier that we have played as a common opponent. And they beat them 42-21.
Yep.
So they've not exactly been completely blown out until the first half of tonight's ball game, which is only, again, a first half of a ball game.
Trying to find the dadgum. I'm pretty sure that was unsportsmanlike what the official
Kicking
did.
the ball away. It's going to have a return on this one. A low kick down inside picked up at the 13-yard line. Run out. What a good coverage, though. Run out to the 35-yard line, and if this is blocking the back, it'll take it back 15 yards.
Nathan Ford, the return man. Fairview getting down.
It is a block in the back.
Was that Parsons on the tackle over there, Kevin? I couldn't tell. I thought it was number 9.
Yes. So that's going to actually take them back. So the penalty of the 15 yards stepped off against the Jackets is actually going to move the ball inside after a good long kick and kick recovery. It's only be brought out to the 26-yard line after the penalty. So in some cases, no harm done, thanks to the Greenbrier penalty. Greenbrier, with under 40 seconds left, is going to keep it on the ground. Handoff going nowhere. And kind of based on the field position and when they blow this in play, and the referee actually turning around looking at the clock, not going to blow it in until the clock can be run out, it appears. It appears. So down to 13 seconds. It looks like the end of the half score is going to end up in the Jacket favor, 35-7. Again, 35 unanswered points, Tim, because the Jackets have absolutely come alive with some incredible plays. 3 touchdowns by Mr. Cam Harris-Lusk, KHL as you call him. He had a great 47-yard pass completion for touchdown to Blake. And then you had a run-in by the quarterback Harris on a keeper looking to pass the ball, not open, dives in. So now halftime festivities. So we're going to turn it over to everyone else at the halftime.
Yeah.
And
well, we got at least 2 football players. Don't get to go take a break.
Absolutely.
They got to escort some.
So halftime score, 35-7, homecoming night, homecoming halftime. I'd like to welcome everybody back to the second half action here on homecoming night, Fairview, Tennessee. The traveling team from Greenbrier, Tennessee, comes to Fairview tonight, takes an early 7-point lead after a turnover to touchdown score that they had. The Jackets do the same thing. They get a turnover and tie the ball game at 7 after an interception pickoff by Lusk. The Jackets then get on a roll, scoring a total of 35 consecutive points, Tim, to put the game out of it's not out of reach by no means, but the game is definitely in better shape than it was in the first quarter. So the Jackets will receive the second half kickoff tonight to start the final parts of the action. Ball goes high in the air. Call for a fair catch. Ball hits the ground, but it looks like the Jackets have enough room between the kickoff team and the recovery or the return team. Thanks, guys. Jackets halftime stats. 6 carries for Nardozzi for 42 yards. Lusk, 3 carries for 41 yards, 3 catches for 31 yards, 1 rush touchdown. You say what? Two receiving touchdowns tonight, 1 rushing touchdown. Jackets start the second half. Ball at the 35-yard line. Hand off to the left side. Nardozzi cuts outside. 1 block. Oh, 1 more block on the outer edge would have got him to the distance. Out to the 40-yard line.
Edge, Kevin, what outstanding block on the edge. Outside linebacker just pinned him. Nardozzi's so fast, he doesn't need much.
30-yard gain to start the second half. Nardozzi just shoots out of a cannon when he takes it over. If he's not touched at the line of scrimmage, oh my gosh, you can see jet fuel coming out of his back end there. Hand off to the right side. Nardozzi again cuts outside, makes a quick ankle break cut, gets grabbed from the back end, pulled down, at least slowed down, then turns around and falls down after the grab of the jersey. But again, not until the ball's down to the 25-yard line, another gain of 15 yards.
And I'll tell you what, as I said, he's a sophomore. When he's a senior, that won't bring him down. That pulling on the back.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Remember the days of the breakaway jerseys in college that they outlawed. You'd have kids going through 10, 15 jerseys a game. Harris, 1 touchdown, 47-yard pass in the first half. This, again, handoff by the Jackets after the big first down run. 5 quick hit yards right there. Minute, 15 seconds.
Late, Kevin, but on that play that broke down here, that was Luke Pape with the great block. I wanted to mention him. That was an outstanding block.
Well, Harris had 4 carries for 14 yards in the first half with a diving in touchdown. 8 of 10 passing, 129 and 3 touchdowns. 1 to Russell and 2 to Lusk. Toss out to the left side, trying to get outside, running backwards, trying to break it to get the yards gained that he lost on the circular move. Gets back almost to the line of scrimmage. They're going to say he did get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, it amazes me how he doesn't run through tackles a la power. He runs through tackles because he's so fast. You just can't get a good hit on him.
You know, I guess had my eyeballs wrong in the first half. Russell is the one that had 2 catches for touchdown. I thought that Lusk had 3 touchdowns. End around, Jackets with the ball. This time it's Lusk with it. He breaks a couple, keeps his feet, dives with everybody on his feet.
One of the rare occasions, Lusk just takes off and just pounds into the defender.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
He did.
He's grabbed, and he goes down at the 7-yard line. I'll tell you, the Jackets are firing and firing on cylinders.
Yes, sir.
But trying to get these out here, Russell, 4 catches, 85 yards, and 2 TDs in the first half. Great first half.
Nice long post pattern touchdown on that fake out to
yes, he did.
Harris Lusk. And they said
right side up the center of the field, no touch, into the end zone. Nardozzi to the right side, into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackets. 40.
Left guard center, right guard tackle. Absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage.
41-7. Point after upcoming by Schuyler. The Jackets have now pushed this out to, as we would call it, the continuous clock mode. We will see if the Jackets, how deep they go in the bench tonight. Almost get to the line to block it, but they don't. And the streak continues at 24. It's good. 42-7. Jackets take the opening kickoff of the second half. And literally, it looked like they were just toying with the defense that time with their play calling. Passing, running, sweep handoff. I just, very creative. I love to watch it. Coach Hughes and staff, they've done such a good job with this program. You just can't say enough.
We were talking about that at halftime, about how this team, his teams over the last several years all seem to have an excellent football IQ. You know, they're very well coached. They're outstanding football players, but that football IQ allows you to do the intangibles that win ball games when you have to make a big play.
I have to look in there and say happy birthday to my 3-year-old grandson.
Oh,
let him see that.
Happy birthday.
Maxwell Gray Anderson.
What's the?
Maxwell Gray Anderson.
Maxwell Gray Anderson.
Living in Louisville.
Is that by chance after a Beatles song?
I don't know.
I know it's Silverhammer, but Bang
actually,
Bang Maxwell Silverhammer.
You know, actually, I don't listen to Bieber, so I couldn't tell you. I may have to start checking out your playlist on your phone, Tim. Might find some Madonna, might find some, you never know.
You won't find Madonna.
Kick off at the 40-yard line. Down through the ball, kick into the end zone, touchback. Bringing it back out to the 20-yard line will be the Bobcats to start their first possession of the second half, with already being down 42-7, and the clock is in continuous mode. As we know, 35 and more points.
Their offense, Kevin, doesn't seem to have the passing lanes in their offense to generate big plays quickly.
Yeah,
they seem to be more of a methodical, beat you down the field, wear you out, and that's not where they need to be right now.
You know, the one pass they attempted early in the game went for an interception, and really is what kicked the Jackets off to being just on an incredible roll here of scoring points.
And that
Russell with a huge first half. Starting out the second half, Nardozzi gets into the end zone. I mean, what can you say? They're just rocking it tonight on homecoming in Fairview, Tennessee. Looking for their 5th win in a row. Looks like they're in pretty good shape to do that. Handoff this time coming around the right side, not going anywhere as the Jackets get into the cut lane that he was going to try to create for himself.
The play's just getting extended, Kevin. They're taking too long to develop. Fairview's got too much speed for that play to go anywhere.
So Blake gets back there that time, Blake Russell that is, and just brings them down. Get hit at the knees, takes it out. Takes his legs out from under him with that hit. The interior of the Jacket defense, though, is controlling the game. The interior of the Jackets offense tonight is controlling the game, allowing the speed guys to do their thing. Handoff again to the left side of the line, breaks out.
Whoa!
Breaks loose.
They're not going to catch
down
him.
The field.
Well, maybe. He's going to catch him.
He's going to try to break
Russell.
the ball loose. Almost knocks it free, but catches him from behind for the tackle.
Wow.
But on the play,
think they were going to catch him, but man, Blake, he is fast.
Yeah, on the play right there, that was a big rundown. Hits him at the 17-yard line, gets him down at the 12, scoots to the 10, where they give him first down and goal at the 10-yard line. Now we talk about 35-7 in control to start the half. Score 42-7 in control. Now Greenbrier's got a little bit of offense happening for just a play anyway.
Yeah.
Tackled at the 11-yard line, second down and goal from outside the 10-yard line.
Woo.
And
so now I don't know who's faster, Blake Russell or Parsons or Dylan Jewell. I'd like to see those three race.
That was definitely some speed there.
Yeah.
And he caught up with ease, and he even had time in his catch-up to prepare for that swing to get the ball, to try to break the ball loose, and I thought he was going to do it.
I did too.
He came from the top. He came from the bottom. I think he'd have popped it out. Looking to go around the left side, cut inside, gets a little bit of yardage for himself, and that again is number 30 on the carry. Brandon Chambers gets the ball down to the 6-yard line. Third down and goal. Looks like they may have spotted it out to the 7-yard line. Even better for the Jackets. Third down goal from the 7.
Yeah, the Jackets got a pretty good spot on that one.
Little extracurricular there by the lineman. for Greenbrier. Greenbrier mentioning their name, calls timeout. 5:07 left here in the third quarter under continuous clock mode. They score here. The clock gets back to regular game time. And, you know, there's pros and cons about that. In a breakaway game, you always like it to get over with faster because of the opponent. You don't want to get a score run up on them. The negative side of it is you have some of the guys that may not get to play on the first and second team as much. If with continuous clock running, they have lesser time to get in the game.
Right.
But you know, a team earns that continuous clock.
It's a sign of a well-oiled machine.
Yep. Tonight, though, students making us have an easy job of calling the game tonight, Tim. Nayland Yeager, Stephen Rocco, Kaya Bailey, Sean Grayson, Marshall Smith. Flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be against the offense of Greenbrier. Holding. It's going to bring it back 10 yards from the spot on the 9-yard line. Jackets are taking it.
Do you decline it?
They're taking it. They're pushing them back.
Well, 7 to the 17. That's a good call.
If the flag was down at the 9, we'll see where they take it back to. They do. They bring it back to the 19. Yeah, that's what you got to watch for in high school. It's tricky. You see the flag. It's where the flag actually ends up on the toss. It could be a 2 or 3 yard toss.
It could be a swing.
That one, I think, was a little bit into the wind.
Yeah.
Aiming at the 7, hits the 9. Ball steps back to the 19-yard line.
We'll take it.
Third down goal for the 19. Still going over the center of the field. Handoff. Not choosing to go to the air. Still run down to the 16-yard line.
It's going to be Jewell cutting up in there.
4th down, 16. They're bringing on the kicking team to try a field goal. Ball spotted down at the 16. Add 7 to the 22. Add 10 to the 32 as far as a 32-yard field goal. Stepping it back an extra yard there. It's going to be a 33-yard attempt. Snap back is good. Ball put down is good. Kick up and away. It also looks good, and it is. 10 points on the board for Greenbrier. Clock stopped after the score. 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Jackets will go back on offense now with a 32-point lead. What a good kick right there
that was a great kick
by the Greenbrier team.
Well, the whole execution was good. I was watching.
It was. Point after earlier, the Jackets rushed and got back pretty close to the kicker, but he was still able to pound it through. And on the sheet, okay, Dylan Carr, is that right?
Yep.
Or Dalton Kerr.
Dalton Kerr.
I got the A and the E in the wrong spot.
It's okay.
On my voice. Good on the sheet, bad on the voice. Homecoming night. Did you hear who won earlier? Was it class of 2019 that won the float competition?
I thought it was. Yes. Class of 2019.
As we were walking to the concession, we're hearing the winners of the floats. And, of course, 1982 class pretty much dominated that competition. Just saying.
They go to the pooch kick. Or, excuse me, the chip shot kick.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So the Jackets, with the ball kicked out of bounds, will be able to bring it out to the 35-yard line. Again, the 25 rule. Kicked off at the 40. 25 yards from there is where the spot goes. Offense takes over. First down 10. Handoff, right side, back to the left side.
That Brody?
Cox takes it outside the 40-yard line, spotting him down. One says the 41, the other says the 42. We'll see who wins. And it's going to be the 42-yard line. Right hash mark spot is the win. Quick gain of 7 yards, third down 3. Clock moving with the running play. Snap. Going to the shotgun. Looking to the left side. Oh,
Great block by
good play.
Darnozzi had a really good block.
Run out to the midfield stripe. It's going to be a first down. A gain of 8 on the play. First down Jackets on a second down play.
Yeah, you like to see that.
Get a
the
lot.
Skilled players, the players that get a lot of pub, still doing the stuff they need to do and they don't have the ball. Great block, Nardozzi. And Greenbrier still in that standard 4-4. And I'm not seeing a lot of slanting or games or anything going on.
Into the back. It's going to be a running play. This time up the middle of the field. Speed. Right. Speed. Center. Cut back. Going to be brought down from behind, it looks like. Knocked out of bounds. No touchdown on the play, but that was set up perfectly. That's going to be a running play as it's a lateral back.
Well, see, I want it to be a pass play so he gets his stats. He keeps those stats up there.
Well, yes. On that mode, it was about 2 yards shy of a good pass.
Yeah. Well, he might vault into the rushing top 10.
Lusk.
He took off like he was shot out of bullet or shot out of a pistol.
There was Lusk, right? Lusk rolls out to the left side. Same play to the left side. Cuts back in. Another running play that's going to go nowhere this time. You got second down and goal from the 7-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 1 back to the 8. It was first down and goal from the 7. Now second down and goal from the 8. Jackets looking to score to get back the 3 points, giving up on the big long run they had. Looking to the end zone to the right side, into the end zone. There's your stats. Touchdown, Jackets.
You saw that one coming.
Look to the left. Set it up the last couple of plays.
Yeah. And you're taught as a defensive back down on the goal line, do not let the receiver have inside position. You ride the hip when he goes outside for the fade.
8-yard touchdown pass that time to Russell. His 3rd touchdown reception of the night. 4th on the night in total.
Jackets march right down the field.
Kick up and away.
Kevin.
Almost blocked. But you know what almost means? That means it's good.
That's right. Almost only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes.
That's right. And we're not playing either, so the score is 49, which we've seen that score more than once this year. This is the 4th time that we've hit 49 on the scoreboard out of 6 games.
That's right.
3 of the games ended with the 49. I don't know that tonight might exactly end with the 49. So the clock stopped at 1:43. After the kickoff is made, the clock is back into continuous mode format. Jackets, again, get the ball 35-yard line after the ball was kicked out of bounds following the 33-yard field goal by Greenbrier.
You know, Greenbrier
65 yards never looked so easy.
No, Greenbrier's probably thinking they had a little bit of momentum. They're going to come out, get a 3-and-out, and get back down the field. Fairview's offense was just having none of it.
Yeah, when you swap possessions after a score and it's always a -4, that's not really good for your team, is it?
No, sir.
Good for your team, meaning the team that had the negative side anyway. Skylar Wilson to kick off from the 40-yard line. 3rd quarter, he has the wind at his back, has had no problem darting the ball into the end zone every time. This time as well is going to hit down right short of it and bound into the end zone. That time looked like he almost pooched it into the end zone. Wasn't a hard follow-through at all. Jackets take over on defense. Greenbrier on offense. Greenbrier had that big run the last series. Jackets, a few others into the game this time, with a pretty big lead in the game, I would say. 39-point lead. Jared Hudlow into the left side on the defense, playing the corner spot. Tackled in the backfield this time. No gain on the play.
Nothing doing.
45 on the tackle for the Jackets. And that would
Harris.
be Cooper Harris. $65 on the tackle.
65. Whoa.
My bad.
Zach Derrick.
Sorry, Cooper. I will say there's one thing calling these games since Coach Hughes has been here. I can't see the numbers. A 2 looks like a 1. A 3 looks like a 4.
I can't.
And my eyes can't process it. And in one year, whenever it had any rain on the field at all, it was like impossible to tell a number. Breaking out the left side, a big gain on the play. It's going to be a big first down run from the 20-yard line out to the – looks like they're going to spot it down at the 43-yard line, 23-yard gain.
Wow, 5-6-1. That's got to be a typo. That was number 18, right?
Last
48.
Last play of the third quarter, continuous clock in motion. First snap of the fourth quarter, we'll get it running again.
Well, that was Regan Conquest, 5'7", 139. The other one was 5'6", 118.
So that was number 48 on the tackle. Is that what you said? Oh, looking for my sheet.
No, I was calling them. That was 48 on the run.
I mean on the run.
Regan Conquest, 5'7", 138.
Seem to have lost my new spotting sheet.
Uh-oh.
It had the good, clean, crisp numbers that didn't do like what I did and cut off 2 or 3 players and 4 or 5 coaches. Tim, good night to call a game. Homecoming night.
Oh, yeah.
We looked at it early and said, you know, you got a 3A team, Region 6, playing a 4A team, I think Region 5, and they go up 7-0 early, and you're thinking, wow, homecoming night playing up, and now you're looking at homecoming night and kicking them down. Handoff right side, a little bit of room, but that's about all. A little bit of room, a swarm, and I mean a swarm of Yellow Jackets after a gain of 5 brings the Greenbrier running back down. So one thing that I have also learned with the stats crew up here with us and with the folks downstairs calling it, they can't see the numbers either, so it wasn't just me and you.
Nope. These numbers are hard to see, but they're not as bad as those old white jerseys with the bright yellow.
Oh, that was the worst. Easily the worst. When we would see those out there, we'd be like, okay, we're just going to call tackles and yardage run.
Yeah. It got to the point where we were trying to guess by how they, we got to know how their stances were.
Exactly right. Run for a first down after a second down at 5. A good pickup on the play. Ball down inside the 45-yard line to the 44-yard line. And tackle made by number 32. Jonathan Parker. Jonathan Perkers.
Yeah, Fairview is liberally substituting.
First down 10. Clock at 10.5 minutes. Ball hits the ground, and it looks like the Jackets may have had it. We will see which way the arm is pointing. And it is a Jacket turnover. Fumble recovery, Jackets.
Number 73, that would be
picked up by Braden Chapman. Well, I tell you what, they're moving the ball. They have a little bit of a fumble with a handoff, a little bit of a disconnect there between them. The ball hits the ground with a fumble. The Jackets it's not as though they had a lot of time to get there. Chapman was he was on the spot, and he fought for that ball. Took it away. Jackets first down 10, ball at the 42-yard line.
Both teams substituting, Kevin, with the exception Greenbrier's got their starting quarterback. They moved him from defensive end to linebacker.
Handoff this time coming to the right side. A big block made down inside the 40-yard line. First down, Jackets on a gain of 14. Nathan.
Woo, at 15, 6 foot 207, he is just a soft.
Who had the run? We'll tell you who had the run here in a minute. Jackets under center, ball inside the 40, pass out to the right side. Caught. Breaks one, tackle, breaks two. Brought down to the ground on the play. Good catch by Jared Hudlow.
We got our defensive stalwart, Anakin King, in at QB.
Quick pass out to the right side.
Good arm.
Yes. Ran the play as it was called. Quick toss. Hit on the numbers. Anakin is a junior, 6'3" quarterback. Always like a quarterback that can see over the line of scrimmage, if you can. Handoff quickly up the center of the field. Gain of a 1, or actually going to be no gain on the play.
You know,
Bring
Kevin,
up third down and 7.
Running back was too close. He got to the line before the guards had a chance to pull over and trap or do that, whatever you want to call it, that kick-out block.
Sure did.
He needed to be one step because the hole was opening up later.
Under 8 minutes left of action. Bryce Fannin out. And I thought it was Cooper Harris a while ago at 45. I'm going to say that it looks like a 45 to me that came in motion. Taps the quarterback. Quick handoff to the left side. He's got a little bit of room, but that's about all. Is a little bit. Keeps driving forward. Leg drive, leg drive, leg drive. Inside the 40, inside the 35 to the 30.
All right, was that number
inside
20?
The 35 to the 33-yard line.
20? Jacob Clevenger.
Jacob, great leg drive right there.
That 2 and that 0. I knew it was a 2. I didn't know if it was a 9 or a 0.
We need to change spots sometime with the coach. Get him up here.
Yeah.
Put those jerseys on people that he doesn't know, or he doesn't know who's, you know, the visual aid there.
By position.
And say good, and say sometimes good luck on that. We laugh about it, but Coach does a great job. And if that's the only thing we have as a negative, you know what? That's pretty darn good. First down, Jackets. Handoff left side. Line drives. Line pushes. Carry. First down. 26-yard line.
Cooper Harris. We called him before in error, but that was him on the run.
No tackle made earlier. Wrong number. Handoff left side. First down, Cooper Harris. First down 10. Jackets on the move. Handoff coming to the right side. Needs to get out, get away from the block. Not able to do so. Brought down at the 30-yard line. Had a couple of the Jackets right there together. If the blocker could have just turned and given him a little bit of space right there, he had some room. So Ethan's going to lose a little bit of yardage on the play. Loss of about 3. Second down and 13. Clock running at 5:40. It'll be around 5:25 when the ball is snapped on the second down play. King over center, or under center, that is. In motion, handoff left side.
It's 45.
Cooper gets the ball again. Back to the line of scrimmage, third down and 10. Cooper Harris with the carry.
He's 5'9", 180, so he's packing a little bit of a load there, freshman. I always like to watch these freshmen as they go through their careers. You know, we've been through several.
Yes.
We've been through Garrett Wall, the Nick Harveys. You know, you can see the ones that were going to be that are good, young, and you just
watch
amazed
speed.
at how much better they become because they're so good young.
You see early speed, but then you see the pickup of the actual game itself.
Yeah.
Fake down the field. Nobody open. Nate pulls it in, throws it into the end zone. A fight for the ball. Ball is a little short. Had a receiver behind the defense.
Yeah, got it up in the air. That breeze, I think, held it up a little bit.
Sure did. Into the wind. He had the receiver.
Bought time.
4th down play. Again, clock still running with a 39-point lead. Will be ticked under 4 minutes before the next snap is made. Good night here again for football. Homecoming night. Fairview, Tennessee. Nayland Yeager directing the TV crew tonight under the production of Bob King. Out to the right side. Huge block. Dives toward the end zone. Hit up high, brought down at the 2-yard line. 1st down goal, almost into the end zone.
Ethan Hill. Is that the track star guy? He had some wheels going. 5'11", 160. He was picking them up and putting them down.
Jackets, 1st down goal, 2-yard line. King brings his team to the line of scrimmage, directing traffic, getting everyone set. It's going to be a timeout called or delay a game, one or the other. It's going to be a timeout called by Coach Hughes, getting his team set at the goal line. So, Tim, it's good to see that these Jackets not only are getting in the game, Coach is giving them time to execute the plays.
Right, and they're getting game time. They're getting coached up in game situations.
That's right. You never know when your number is going to be called in action that is not a 39-point game. Getting them that experience for not only for this year but for next year.
He's bringing number 60, DeCarlos Miller-Moore, in there. I wonder if he's going to run the, refrigerator Perry play.
I don't know.
Dive left, dive right.
Ethan Hill, senior, number 25, with that big run.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to be a lineman. We are going to see refrigerator Perry.
As we talked about up here, the jumbo package, as they say.
Yes, sir. Illegal formation?
They're saying too many men.
Yeah, buddy, got a dozen.
12 players on the field. First down goal now. Ball moved back to the 7-yard line.
That's going to ruin wait a minute. There you go.
Same play.
Go with the jumbo package 4 times.
Handoff up the middle of the field. Hit from behind. Not able to get the momentum going forward. No gain on the play. It's going to be now 2nd down and goal. Clock under 3 minutes left in the game. They stayed with the original 2-yard line jumbo package. No room that time for the play to succeed. But Nayland Yeager, Stephen Rocco, Kaya Bailey, Sean Grayson, Marshall Smith, excellent job tonight. Everything running, everything in motion. Handoff this time to the left side. Not going to go anywhere this way either.
Ethan.
Keeping his feet up, keeping his head up. Defense, though, right there. No space. It's now going to be 3rd down and goal.
Ethan Hill couldn't get any space to turn the Jets on. He didn't have a chance.
Like that 4th down and 10 play call earlier. So much room for Hill to take it down toward the end zone. I thought he was going to score. Love to have seen him dive when he hit about that 4-yard line.
Yeah.
At 160 pounds, sometimes it's hard to get that momentum past that defender if you're hit up top, as he was, to keep the score from happening earlier. Ball just inside the 10-yard line. 3rd down goal. Shotgun motion, handoff faked, handoff going to the right side. Again, hands on by the defender. He goes on the ground. Ball fumbled, picked back up by the Jackets. Ball fumbled forward, so it goes back to where it was at the 10-yard line. 4th down now and goal. The ball at the 10-yard line. Approaching 1 minute left here in the ball game.
Yep.
Maybe 2 more snaps in this ball game.
It's
one by us and one by them if we don't score. But if we score, maybe it might be the last play of the ball game by the time you get set up for the kickoff. Unless Greenbrier chooses to call a timeout. Jackets, 50 seconds left, counting down, 4th down 10. Without penalty, their last offensive play of the night. Handoff, faked, right side, cuts back to the left side, hit in the backfield, going for a huge loss, back to the 16, 17-yard line. Turnover of downs. Jackets not able to push their way into the end zone, down to the 2 for a 1st and goal. Penalty moves them back.
I'll tell you,
and then Greenbrier stands up tall.
Greenbrier, number 38, Spencer Cobb, number 35, Hayden Booth, making a preponderance of those tackles out there.
Tim, that was the last play of the game. 10 seconds and counting down. Greenbrier's not even going to make an effort to get out there. Both teams lining up.
Turn out the lights.
Homecoming night is a huge success. And the final score for the Jackets, fittingly, ends with a 4-9. 49 for the Jackets and 10 for Greenbrier. Final score. Big night tonight for Russell. Russell with 3 touchdown catches on the night. Lusk with 2 touchdowns on the night. 1 pass catch, 1 rushing. The rushing touchdown, though, one thing of beauty when you watch this game, if you're coming in late to the game, see if you can go back and watch it on the Fairview YouTube channel. Something you need to watch. Not only were the other passes pretty, but the other passes didn't have misdirection by the same player against the defense. That worked. So the Jackets tonight, not only all the other things that went well, 1 rushing touchdown by quarterback Harris, and you had 4 touchdown passes?
Touchdown passes, that's right, 4. I think that the Fairview folks who are up there in the top of the state are going to stay right where they were or move more in the positive direction.
Couldn't have been bad for sure.
That's right. Brock Harris, he did nothing to hurt that rating. If he did anything, it'll improve it.
No, he had maybe, he went into halftime 8 of 10, and I can only recall 1 incomplete pass in the second half. So, we had a couple that were close to being passes that were a yard behind the line of scrimmage that would have been really huge for the stats. But the Jackets win tonight. Get ready for next week's action. Jackets moved to 5-1 on the year, 5 straight wins after the opening loss. So that's going to be it from tonight.
Happy homecoming, everybody.
Happy homecoming. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.